Before I move on to the science, I thought I'd give you a quick introduction to the Norwich Research Park for those of you who don't know us. So we're based in South Norwich, and we are home to 4 research institutes. So the John Innes Centre, which is a plant and microbial research centre, the Sainsbury Laboratory, which has a focus on plant health, the Earlham Institute, which is a genomics and synthetic biology sort of research facility, Quadram Institute, which has a focus on food and how it affects our health. They're particularly interested in the gut microbiome. And we're also home to the University of East Anglia and the Norfolk and Norwich University Hospital. And also, we are home to over 30 companies as well, so more than 30 biotech companies on the research park. And a lot of those companies have resulted from spin-outs from our own research, but also spin-ins and companies relocating to the Norwich Research Park to make use of our facilities and our expertise. And of perhaps particular interest to this briefing session, we have Tropic Bioscience. So they're one of our larger companies on the research park. They employ over 150 people. They've been here for, I think, 6 years. I probably got that wrong. And they initially came as a spin-in, so a small company, handful of people, and they've grown considerably over that time. So that's a huge amount of investment that's come into the region as a result of the region's expertise. And they have an interest in gene editing bananas, coffee and rice. We've got a much smaller company who's just joined the Norwich Research Park called Alora, and they're focused on gene editing in rice as well. So we are beginning to see sort of investments coming into the region as a result of changes in legislation. And as a result of these changes to legislation, we've seen increased interest from industry. So together, the John Innes Centre with British Sugar and the British Beet Research Organisation, so BBRO, and Tropic Bioscience, we have funding with British Sugar to develop a transformation or a precision breeding pipeline for sugar beet. And the aim of that is to produce, using genetic technologies, sugar beet that is resistant to virus yellow disease. And that has a significant impact on the sugar beet industry in the UK in terms of lost yield. And the reason why that's such a big problem is because we've got less chemistry to spray to get rid of aphids, and these are the transmitters of this virus. So that's a £1 million investment into the region as a result of that collaboration. And you may also be interested in the fact that we've had over £300 million worth of investment from the government in order to develop new buildings and infrastructure for the John Innes Centre and the Sainsbury Laboratory. So this is being referred to currently at the moment as the HP3 project. So that's Healthy Plants, Healthy People, Healthy Planet. And in total, this will be over £350 million investment into new buildings and infrastructure. And that's because if we're going to continue doing the world-leading research that we are doing, we need better facilities and infrastructure. And we hope that that investment will also attract more funding to the region in terms of scientific collaborations and better research outputs. Also on the Research Park, the Anglian Innovation Partnership, who are the company that oversee the Norwich Research Park, they also have plans for new buildings totalling over £200 million. So there's huge investment on the Norwich Research Park into buildings and facilities. And the Norwich Research Park has a policy advisory group. So this brings representatives from each of the 4 institutes together with the university, the hospital and Tropic Bioscience. And collectively, we provide a voice to engage with policymakers in sessions such as today to provide science-based evidence to help inform policy changes. So in regards to the new Genetic Technologies Precision Breeding Act as it went through Parliament, we have done a lot of work over the last couple of years working with DEFRA and the FSA during both their consultation phase, but also as they were drafting the bill. Going out, briefing MPs, explaining the science and the potential applications, as well as our scientists providing evidence at the select committee stage as this act passed through Parliament, and as well as attending various APPG science and technology in agriculture events. And going out and talking to industry as well as to the science, but also explaining what changes to legislation are likely to mean for them as well.